Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. You know how we all clean our homes, we wash our clothes, take care of our skin, we dress up nicely before stepping out, and some of us even pamper our cars and bikes, even our phones. We keep deleting stuff to make space, right? But what about the mess inside us? What about that little hurt which is sitting quietly in your heart? That old confusion, that silent pain we never talk about. We just keep stuffing it in, thinking we'll deal with it later. And then one day it starts overflowing through anger, through tears, through silence, through sleepless nights and a smile that feels fake. So today let's talk about that. Let's talk about healing. Because in this video, I'm going to share with you 7 signs that your inner self, your heart might be gently asking for healing. And as I speak, if you feel like, wait, this is me, I have felt this, then do one thing, share that in the comments. Seriously, just write the number of that sign or tell me what resonated with you. Let's talk about it. And if this is your first time here, let me introduce myself. I'm Rachna Dahiya, and I'm not some big guru or anything. I'm just someone who's been through her own share of mess and found tools that actually helped me. And now I help others, people like you, feel lighter, more peaceful inside through simple healing practices like Ho'oponopono, Law of Attraction, EFT tapping, NLP, and a few more things that really work. So today I'm going to talk about 7 signs that your inner self might be asking for healing. Let's dive in. So first sign is that you get irritated or angry too quickly, even on small things. You know that feeling when someone says something really small like, "Why are you late?" Or "You forgot the keys again?" and suddenly you're boiling with anger. Most people say, "I just have a short temper." But no, actually it's not really about that moment. It's about something deeper that's already sitting inside, an old wound. Maybe growing up you were constantly judged, like nothing you did was ever enough. And over time, you learn to protect yourself, to not feel that judgment again. So now when someone even slightly questions you or points out a small mistake, your brain says, "Danger, we are being judged again." And anger comes up, not because you are mean or rude, but because your system is trying to survive. Your mind thinks, if I get angry, I'll shut them down. I won't feel small again. So this reaction is not really you. It's your inner child, still trying to protect you the only way it knows how. But healing helps you create new ways, softer, kinder ways to protect yourself without hurting yourself or others. So here is the second sign. You feel tired all the time, even when you have done nothing. So you wake up and you already feel like lying back down. Even after a full night's sleep, there is no motivation to get out of bed. And if someone asks you why you are so tired, you don't even know what to say because you haven't really done anything. But inside it feels like you have been carrying a mountain. There is something inside that's just too heavy to carry. Maybe it's all those past moments that still live inside you, a fight with someone where you were hurt, or maybe you hurt them, some words that were said at that time and you keep replaying them in your mind. Maybe it's that one moment of embarrassment that keeps coming back again and again. You laugh about it with others, but deep inside, it still stings. Or maybe it's guilt, something you did in the past, a mistake maybe. And even now, you are still punishing yourself for it. And you haven't forgiven yourself. Or maybe you haven't forgiven them, the other people. And then there is that constant thinking about the future. You have dreams, you have goals, things you want to do. But every time you try to take a step, something stops you. And you say, "I'll do it tomorrow." But that tomorrow never comes. All of this emotional load, it sits silently inside you. And your body? It carries it for you. That's why even when you are doing nothing, you feel exhausted because you are carrying the weight of too much emotion that was never given space to be felt, released, or healed. And if any of this feels true for you, just know you are not broken. You are just carrying too much, too quietly, for too long. And that's what we do in my group healing sessions. We gently give all of this pain a space to breathe and finally leave your system. And for some people, this happens more comfortably in a one-on-one session where they can open up in privacy and go at their own pace. That's what the VIP sessions are for. After all, you don't have to keep carrying it all by yourself. So here is the sign number 3. You keep attracting the same kind of painful people or situations. You know how sometimes life feels like it's just stuck on replay? Like no matter where you go or who you meet, the same kind of drama follows you. Like you had a toxic boss or colleague at one job and then you quit thinking, okay, now things will be better. But when you join a new place, some same kind of person again, controlling, disrespectful, draining, and you're like, why is this happening again? Or maybe in a relationship, you were with someone who didn't really see you. You felt ignored, misunderstood. Maybe you felt taken for granted. So you finally gathered that courage. You walked away and thought, this time I will choose better. But somehow the new person also makes you feel the same way. Again, you feel ignored, again misunderstood, again not enough. Or maybe you try really hard to fix things in your relationship, but no matter what you do, you both end up in the same fights, the same arguments, the same frustration. It's almost like life is playing the same movie with different actors. And then you start thinking, am I cursed? Is something wrong with me? But no, it's not that. There is nothing wrong with you. You're just carrying something inside that keeps attracting the same lesson again and again. Because here is how energy works. Whatever is unhealed inside you starts becoming your lens. And through that lens, you start picking people who fit your wounds. Let me give you a simple example. Let's say deep inside you carry a wound of not feeling important. So maybe as a child you felt ignored or your emotions didn't matter to people around you. So now when you grow up, you unconsciously start attracting people who still don't value your emotions. Not because you are weak, but because your inner system is trying to replay that same story, hoping that this time you will finally be seen, heard, and healed. It's like your soul is saying, please, let me feel this pain again so I can finally release it. But unless we become aware of it, we just keep getting stuck in that loop again and again and again. And that's why healing work is so powerful. In my group healing sessions, we gently bring up these patterns and clean them. And in the one-on-one VIP sessions, we go even deeper into your specific story, your specific pain, and your unique healing path. Because honestly, you're not here to suffer the same pain again and again. You are here to break that pattern and create something new, something more peaceful, something that you really deserve. So here is the sign number 4. You find yourself feeling emotionally numb or disconnected. Have you ever just sat with yourself and felt nothing? Not happy, not sad, just kind of blank. Like you are going through the motions, waking up, brushing your teeth, doing your work, talking to people, but inside there is this dull emptiness. No real excitement, no real joy, no real connection, just numb. It's like something switched off inside and now everything feels muted. Even things that should make you happy, they just don't feel the same anymore. And you might even tell yourself, maybe I'm just tired, maybe this is adulthood, maybe this is normal. But no, this isn't just tiredness. This is what happens when emotions pile up for too long without being felt or released. Sometimes we go through so much heartbreaks, disappointments, betrayals, and we don't even realize how much we have buried inside. And after a point, your system just says, I can't feel anymore. And that's when this numbness comes in. Not because you are broken, but because your inner self is trying to protect you. You might notice things like you are laughing at jokes, but not really feeling that joy inside. You are being with people, but still feeling alone. Wanting to cry, but not being able to. And if that's been happening with you, it's okay. You are not alone. And that's actually one of the most common signs I see in people who come for my healing sessions. And I have seen people come out of that numbness slowly, gently, just by giving their emotions a space to breathe, to be felt, and to be healed. So if you are in that space right now where you feel like you have lost touch with your own feelings, maybe this is your sign. Maybe your heart is saying, hey, I'm still here. and I just need some care. So here is sign number 5. You always feel like you are not enough, no matter what you do. Have you ever had that feeling? Like no matter how much you achieve, no matter how much effort you put in, something inside still whispers, it's not enough. You do everything for everyone, you show up, you care, you try your best, but somehow you still feel like you are falling short. You feel like you are never the perfect daughter or partner or friend or employee. And the painful part is, even when people praise you or appreciate you, you can't feel it. A part of you still doubts it. A part of you still feels, if they really knew me, they wouldn't think I'm so great. And this constant pressure to prove yourself, this silent battle to be worthy, it's exhausting. And a lot of times it doesn't come from the present moment. It comes from somewhere deeper. Maybe someone made you feel like this growing up, that your worth was in your marks or your looks or how useful you were to others. Maybe someone compared you too much, criticized you or ignored your efforts. And now that wound still lives inside, quietly making you feel like you have to earn love, like you have to deserve being treated kindly. But you know what? That's not true. You are already enough. You always were. You just forgot that. In many of my healing sessions, I meet people who are high achievers on the outside, very confident, capable, sorted, but deep inside, there is a tired little child just trying to be accepted. Healing is where that child finally gets to rest, finally gets to hear, you are enough, just as you are. So if you have been carrying this invisible weight of not being enough, maybe now is the time to gently put it down. You are allowed to feel whole. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to love yourself even before you tick another box. So here's point number 6. You are always trying to control everything around you, but inside you are tired. Have you noticed yourself doing this? Always planning, fixing, overthinking, trying to make sure nothing goes wrong, trying to keep everyone happy, or being on all the time so that life doesn't fall apart. It can feel like if I don't do everything perfectly, something bad will happen. If I don't manage it all, people will leave or judge me or things will fall apart. And on the outside, people might call you strong, dependable, sorted. But deep inside, you are exhausted. Because what you are actually doing is not controlling life. You are trying to protect yourself from something, from disappointment, from rejection, from old wounds getting reopened. Sometimes we try to control the outside world because inside we feel unsafe. Maybe in the past someone let you down really badly. Maybe you didn't feel emotionally safe growing up. Maybe you were forced to grow up too soon and be the strong one. So now, without even realizing, your nervous system is always on alert. But let me tell you this with love. You don't have to carry it all. You don't have to hold the world together on your own. You don't have to be in control of everything to feel safe. In healing, we work on this exact thing, how to let go without falling apart, how to feel safe within so the world outside doesn't feel so scary. In my group healing circles, I have seen people slowly soften, breathe easier, and trust life again. That brings us to point number 7. You feel like no one understands you. You know that feeling, right? You're surrounded by people, maybe you are at home with family or out with friends, but still, it feels like no one really gets you. Like you are speaking, but no one's actually hearing you, listening to you. Maybe you tried sharing something that's been bothering you and they replied with, "Oh, come on, you are overreacting." Or they said, "Just think positive, yeah, stop thinking so much." And that hurts. Because you are not even asking them to fix anything. You just want someone to listen to say, "Yeah, I understand why that must have felt like that." Sometimes even your closest people, your partner, your parents, your best friend, they just don't get what's going on inside you. So slowly, you stop opening up. You just smile, you nod, you help others. You are okay on the outside, but on the inside, you are just carrying so much confusion, hurt, frustration, loneliness. And what's worse, you don't even know who to talk to anymore. Because even when you do speak, it feels like people are just waiting for you to finish so they can talk about themselves. And I see this so often in my healing sessions. People say things like, Rachna, I don't even remember the last time someone really listened to me without judging. And you know what? That's where healing starts. Just being able to sit down, breathe, and let someone see you. Let someone understand what's going on inside, even the parts you have never said out loud. If you have been feeling like this, like nobody understands, like you are holding everything in, because what's the point of talking? Then maybe your inner self is saying, hey, I'm tired. I just want to feel safe and seen. And you deserve that. And that's exactly why I do the group and VIP healing sessions. So you have a safe space where no one cuts you off. No one tells you to be strong or move on. You just sit, release, and feel understood and feel seen, finally. So these were the 7 signs, 7 little whispers from inside you saying, hey, something is not okay. I need a little love, a little healing. And if even one of these signs felt familiar, then just know this, you are not alone, really. It happens to so many of us, and it's totally okay to feel this way. Now, I would love to know which point hit you the most. Tell me in the comments below and let's talk about it. And if this video made sense to you, if it made you feel seen, understood, then do give it a like. Share it with someone who might need it and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And listen, if you feel like, yes, I want to heal now, I want to work on this, I'm here. You can join one of my group healing sessions or even a private one-on-one session. All the details are there in the description below, and I'm also showing them on the screen right now, so just reach out if you feel ready. So take care of yourself, be gentle with your heart, and always remember to blossom every day. Thank you so much.